Hi guys. I know it's been a while. Sorry. I have been so busy. I came back from Envision and then I was home before I even went to Envision, I had a really good friend of mine, one of my best friends from Denver. She came to stay with me for a couple days and then she ended up staying at my house to watch my kitties while I went to Envision. And then I came back from Envision and she was still here and hung out for a few more days. And then she left. I had one day alone. And then a good friend of mine who I actually met where I just moved from, but then I also saw her again at Envision. She ended up coming here to visit. And then I asked her if she wanted to stay and watch my cats while I went to Panama to play sound bowls at the festival, Reactor Vanau. It's a big festival that they have every year, and for the past 4 years, it's always an honor to be a part of that. I love it. But going from a week at Envision to not having any time to myself really to integrate everything that I had talked to you guys about, to then going straight into another festival, which it's 2 weeks long, but I was like mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, like all of my bodies would not be able to handle 2 weeks of that. So I just did it for a week and I just got back into town and my friend was still here for a couple days and she just left and I it's funny, I had one day again alone to myself and then another friend just was here and so I've been hanging out with him, which has been amazing, but also I'm like, when do I get to integrate all of this stuff? I'm very much so if you guys know anything about human design, well, one, I'm a manifesting generator, and then I'm also a 2/4 hermit opportunist. And so it's really, really important for me to hermit and to have my alone time. And like that's where I get my energy. It's where I recalibrate. It's so important. And I just really haven't had the time to do that yet. And even now, like I've had all day to myself, which was amazing. I slept in, which I never do. I'm usually up at like 6 a.m. with the sun, but I got to sleep in. And so I have a morning routine, which I love. I wake up, jump out of bed, and usually I have to be think about my dreams, record my dreams, come over here, and then I start writing, just whatever is coming through, and then I meditate. I've been out of my morning ritual for it's been like 3 weeks now. So this morning I did my morning routine and I made some cacao and I worked out, just like a quick little booty band workout for like 30 minutes and then decided to come on here and talk to you guys for a bit. And then I'm doing a workshop with a girl here, Nosara, where it's about the womb awakening and talking about the cycles. And I am going to be doing the sound healing and also collaborate to talk about the herbs that we'll be using in yoni steams and tea that we're going to be drinking. And so anyway, that's what I'm doing today. And I wanted to come on though and talk about attachments and releasing, letting go of any attachment to ideas, attachment to identities, attachment to things. Because when I went on this trip to Panama, I'm coming back around full circle to like what I've been up to since we last talked. When I went to Panama for this festival, I had to let go of a couple different attachments. It was all like hypothetically. Hypothetically, I had to let go of them. In the end, I didn't have to let go of anything. I had to go through the roller coaster of emotions around them, like wow, so many emotions. So the first thing was that I brought my crystal quartz singing bowls to the festival. I traveled with them on the plane. And I just thought that I would be able to bring them on as carry-ons or get them to put them up in the cockpit or something. I don't know. I was like, I'm not checking these, and like so you have to come up with another option. I just like went up to the counter and I'm like, this is the situation, and there was just no way that they were going to let me just carry these on the plane. It was a smaller, not like a tiny plane, not like a charter flight. Like it was definitely like a full-size plane, but it wasn't a big plane. So like the things that they show you, like if you could put your bag would fit inside, like there's no way that these bags were fitting in that thing. So they're like, no, like it won't fit in the overhead because it's a smaller, older plane. Like there's just no way. And we went around, I just stood there because I'm like, whoa, I'm not putting them under the plane. Like they're going to break. Like this is my career. This is my life. Like, and anyway, we went around and around and around. In the end, they're like, you have to check them. And so, oh my God, you guys. I went through every fucking emotion, sorry. Because I'm like, okay, well, let's just say that they broke. What are my options? Well, one, okay, I have to buy a whole new set, which is like, or I would have to just say, oh, well, I guess that happened for a reason. I guess I'm not supposed to be a sound healer anymore. And then start looking for another career. Like what? I started a GoFundMe page. And then let's just say I bought the bowls. Like it would take a month at least unless I flew. No, because I would never do it. Or I guess I would ship them. Then I'm paying ridiculous amounts of shipping here in Costa Rica. Like it's asinine. And through all the emotions, I like just was like, okay, I'm just gonna let go of control, let go of the attachment of them. Whatever's meant to happen. Know that whatever is meant to happen, it's for my highest good. I had to say, oh, what a pleasure. Oh, what a pleasure. You are taking these from me and I might not ever see them again. Okay, what a pleasure, what a pleasure, what a pleasure. And it's for my greatest good. It's for my highest alignment. Maybe I'm supposed to get all new bowls. Okay, you know what? I'm supposed to get a whole new set of bowls. It's gonna be amazing. And these are gonna be so beautiful and special and like level up. Maybe it's because I'm supposed to level up. Yeah, I'm gonna level up. Or I'm like traveling with these is literally painful, right? So like maybe it's because I'm not supposed to be the kid with the drum set anymore or the cello. Like I'm supposed to come up with something new, and that's more flexible and freedom. Like those words, maybe that it like more aligned in that way for me. Yeah, this is a good thing. Maybe I need to just let go, but I still like, those were actually the thoughts that I had while I was on the plane. Prior to getting on the plane, I was still like in my head. And so I go through the security and I go straight into the duty-free store. And my eyes go straight to these wall of stuffed animals. And I'm like, all of a sudden I turned into 3-year-old me. 3-year-old me that has such intense loss that I need an emotional support animal to hold me. So I go to the wall and I look, but all they have are like alligators and sloths. And I'm like, I don't relate to sloths. And so like I walked away and then I would come back because I was like, I like need this. I need this. I need a hug. I need this emotional support animal. Like, I don't think I've ever had this feeling of like, I need this. Oh, and wait, let me also state that on top of all of this, she wanted me to pay $80 to check my bag. You're gonna make me pay for this pain? In the end, like she really felt bad for me and she allowed me to check it for free. So in my mind too, I was like, I have $80 that I would have spent on this bag. Like, maybe I should use this $80 and put it towards us. Because also I'm at the airport. So like the stuffed animals are not. It was like $40. I was going to put that money towards ruining my life anyway. Like, I might as well do it to like give me some emotional support. So anyway, but I walked away, I walked back, walked away, walked back. And then the sales guy comes over and he's like, what's going on? Like, I see you going back. Do you like, are you interested? Do you want, like, what are you thinking? And I was like, I told him the story. And he's like, oh my God. And he's like, can I please give you a hug? And I'm like, yeah. Because I'm like, ah, la, la, la. And he's like, can I please give you a hug? And so I gave him this hug. And it was, he just held me. He just held me and gave me a hug for the longest time. And honestly, like, shout out to Patrick, because it was like, I needed that so badly. And then I knew that after I released myself from his hold, I was like, wow, no, I needed that. And I still need to be held. So, so he picks up this sloth and he's like, but look, I had to get one. And so this is Patrick, because I had to name him after the sales guy. And I told him, I'm like, because let me stay focused. So he's like, look, it Velcros, so you can hug him around your neck and Velcro him. And then you're like holding him. And so I was just like, I just saw also like airplane pillow. I'm like, oh wait, and I'm gonna be on the plane. And I didn't even tell you, this all was going down. I was super, super emotional too, because it was the longest travel ever. It was 6 hours in a car to get to San Jose. And then I had to wait 8 hours before my flight left. And it was freezing. And I was going from hot to hot. So I had shorts and a tank top on. I was so cold. It was like being in a freezer, and there was no place to sit, no chairs. So I was sitting on this like marble slab, which was even more cold. I was freezing. And my flight was leaving at 4 a.m. So also like lack of sleep. I was tired. I was so tired, lack of sleep, but I'm like, airplane pillow. And there was all these different kinds. There were all these different like fabrics. And so Patrick helped me pick out the one that was the softest, and just the more, like, look at this guy. He's the cutest. And I was like, oh, and he can Velcro to my suitcase. I'm like, he's amazing. He was best purchase ever. And he gave me a discount. So when he gave me the discount, I'm like, I'm going to name him after you. So this is Patrick. He's my emotional support animal. Release the attachments. And on the plane, I really was like, you know what? This is going to be amazing for me. Whatever happens is going to be amazing. I'm meant to get a whole new set. I'm meant to take a break. Maybe there's something else I'm supposed to discover and learn about myself. I was like, by the end of I was like, cool, perfect. And obviously everything was okay. And then the second thing that I had to kind of let go of attachments about is that I live in nature. I live in like a sanctuary. I live on a cultural garden. Like this guy that I'm renting from. So it's actually like a beautiful story. His late wife got cancer. They bought this land 10 years ago. 2 years before she passed, while she still had cancer, and they wanted to turn this into like a cultural center of plants and animals, and they wanted to teach Spanish and teach people, about the local life here. They're Costa Rican. 2 years after they moved, she passed, but he continued growing and building the sanctuary. And their dream was to have all of these animals come, the monkeys and toucans and all kinds of cool birds. He planted specific trees here so that they would come here. When I decided to move here, I brought up that I had cats, and he all of a sudden was like, oh, I don't know, because cats are hunters. Foreshadowing. The cats are hunters, and this is their hunting grounds, and there's a lot of birds here. and this is a sanctuary and I want birds here, and they nest on the ground a lot. And, you know, he just, and I was like, I understand, like, I get it. I completely understand. Like, this is my dream too. So, you know, like, let's just see what happens. Well, when I was at Envision, my cats got a baby squirrel, and my friend that was staying here, MJ, she contacted him for help to see what to do, who to call. And that was like strike one, because he's like, no, like, these cats, they're hurting the wildlife. Strike one. Then while I'm gone, fast forward, Leanne calls me because they got a toucan. There was a toucan in the house. Can you believe it? Like, of all the animals, like, this is like not even strike two. This is like strike 2 and 3, because not only did they get another animal, because she contacted him without, you know, knowing, none of these girls knew that, like, this was like already something that he was being cautious of. But she called him for help because she couldn't get the toucan out of the house. So, toucan, like the bird that his late wife, like, was trying to get these animals here, releasing the attachment of this house. Because I'm sure that when I come back here, he's gonna ask me and my cats to leave, or ask my cats to leave. And so I'm like, do I get rid of my cats? Do I leave Nosara? Or is there a better house that I can't even imagine? You know, one with an oven and air conditioning, those things that I'm missing here. Is there one that's better? So I had to go through the whole roller coaster of, oh, what a pleasure that my cats got a toucan in the house that's like starting to be endangered, and it's like the one animal that he was trying to have here. Sorry, a squirrel actually just caught my attention. Glad the cats are inside. Oh, because this is what we decided. I was like, the reason why the attachment is everything worked out in the end is because we made an arrangement that the cats would only go out at night, and during the day they will stay here and sleep. So I got one little girl here. The other one is behind this mirror. But I'm like, let's let them outside. They'll hunt the mice and whatever the night creatures are. They'll be happy, and then they can sleep all day. So he said, okay, that sounds good. We'll try that out. So, but anyway, I had to let go of my attachment to this house, to potentially Nosara, because I'm like, if I don't have this house, I'm leaving Nosara. So I had to leave Nosara, leave the house. I went through all the emotions. But in the end, I was like, okay, there's a better house for me. There's, maybe it's because I'm meant to right now. Like, I'm done with Nosara. It gave me everything I needed, and I need to go to the river. I had just come back from Panama, and it's a portal there. And so I definitely went through the, like, oh my God, am I supposed to be moving back here to Panama? I went through everything. Wow. What a roller coaster of emotions. But it was beautiful for me to be able to not allow anything to take me down for, I mean, you know, the bowls, I cried going through security, but it was 4 a.m., so there was no one else. I literally walked right on. And, you know, I cried for a moment while I hugged the sales guy, but other than that, like, I was like, beautiful. Everything's going to work out just fine. And with this, you know, the house, everything was going to work out just fine. So anyway, I just wanted to share around the release of attachments and seeing the beauty in what could happen from these things. And everything's good. All is well. I'm super happy. That's it. Ciao for now. Bye, guys.